So at this point, we learned about variables. So we have some understanding of what a variable is. Variable being an empty bucket per se, in which we can put things that we can then call at a later time and do some manipulation as needed. Okay, and we'll talk more about that. Now let's continue in this discussion. So we did create here a string type variable, right? So we have string here. That means this my name variable here is of type string, okay, and we're assigning it Paulo. Obviously, we could have assigned it anything else, or we could have also created many other variables. So we could have said, for instance, string last name. All right, we could have said is shown. Of course, we finish with our semicolon. If you save this, again, the save the way you do save here. I'm just saying Command S on Mac. Okay, and so how would we then call this string here? Last name. You can just pass in last name here to our println, and if we're to save this and run, we should see at the bottom here in the logs, we should see the shown. Now, besides these string variables, we can also create different types of. In programming language, we have different ways to convey different types. So the first one was here, we said string. The next one we are going to learn is going to be an integer. An integer, just think of integers right now as numbers, okay? So how do we then create integer variables? So following again this notation here of first having a type and then the name of the variable, and then we have the assignment, okay? The same thing follows. So for integers, we say int. Our IntelliSense here is helping us out. So there's int. My age, for instance, I can say is 31, which means if I go here and I say my age, there it is, just say enter and save, and you run this, we should see here it says 31. You probably notice here I do have this 2 forward slashes here. And what this means is we are commenting this out. What this means is that when we run this code, the compiler will always ignore anything that is commented out or anything that precedes these 2 forward slashes there. Okay? In cases where you want to make sure that certain part of code or certain line of code it's not read or is not interpreted right by our compiler when we run our code, you just go like this, and then you can see that it's all commented out. And you can usually see that this is commented out because the color changes here to a gray. So in this case, we can go ahead and keep that commented out. If you want, it also can keep this commented out. Now, notice another thing here. The other thing we can do, if we feel like we want to comment out, let's say, a block of code, instead of having, let's say if we had 20 lines of code here, if we wanted to make sure that we block everything out, what we could do is do the following. We say forward slash and asterisk, and then we end by asterisk and forward slash. That means anything that we write inside of this 2 here, right, the forward slash and asterisk, and then asterisk and forward slash, anything we write here, it's not going to be interpreted at all. Okay, so we can put notes for ourselves here. So we have that. Now you understand how to comment things out, single line, and also a group or a portion of your code that if you wanted to comment it out, you know how to do it right now. So we did talk about integers. Now the other thing we can do here, you notice, for instance, let's get rid of this for now. How about if we want to make sure that we have a string, right, shown, and we have the integers, 31 here, right, my age. What if we want both of them, so the string, so my last name, and my age to be shown here? How do we do that? Well, we do what they call concatenation. So concatenation is just essentially saying how do we piece together 2 things so that when it shows up here, everything is shown beautifully. Okay, so we're just gluing things together here. In this case, it's going to be last name of type string, and then age of type integer, just a number. All right. So simply what we can do, we can just say, for instance, we can go ahead and say, open quotes there, okay, and then we're going to say, hi, my name is, I'm going to space, and we're going to get out of the quotes there. To take this last name string here, right, we are going to glue it together with this hi, my name is, and then we're going to say plus. This plus here, it's not addition. This plus is concatenation. So we are gluing together whatever we have to the left here, which is hi, my name is, with whatever we're going to put here, which in this case is going to be last name variable. Okay, so I'll say last name, enter, and then we say plus because we are going to add something else. In this case, we're going to add more text, more string, and then we'll add the age. So I can say my last name, and I am plus, I'm going to add my age, again, plus old. Wow, very cryptic here, right? Okay, so it says my name is, that it's all a string. I know it's a string because it's in between these two quotes there, okay, double quotes. And then I say plus, so I'm concatenating, so that means I'm taking this piece of code here, which is Deshawn, it's going to appear here, right? And then I close it because I'm adding another string here. And I am, and then I add another plus again. Again, I'm gluing together my age. I put my age, and I say plus again, and then I put old. Okay, so if I save this and run, you should see here, hi, my name is Deshawn, and I am 31 years. I am 31, I should say here, years, if I can spell correctly, years old. All right, there we go. That looks good. So save again. Let's run one more time. Hi, my name is Deshawn, and I'm 31 years old. Just to be correct, let's just put a period there. That way we are grammatically correct, I guess. Again, Bran, my name is Deshawn, and I am 31 years old. Perfect. So you've learned two things here. You've learned how to define, create an int variable, and assign it a number. And then you learn about concatenation, which means essentially just gluing together pieces of strings and integers into one, which will all look like this. Wonderful. So go ahead again, as usual. I want you to go ahead and create strings and integers, and make sure you also do what we did here, which is concatenate all of those variables into one sentence or string, as it is here. All right? I'll see you in the next video.